investors promote ties. Nigeria Senate plans electoral reforms for greater transparency. And from the foreign scene, President Jerry declares emergency to combat rising crime in Peru.
Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Obi Chukwemeka Uti. We begin tonight on security. The Ondo State government has reassured residents of their safety following the circulation of a leaked security memo warning of a possible terrorist attack in parts of the state. The memo, reportedly issued by the State Security Service SSS to the 32 Artillery Brigade of the Nigerian Army in Akure, said had surfaced in the media, sparking public concern. In a statement, the Ondo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, said the government is fully aware of the memo and has been working closely with security agencies to forestall any potential threat. Ajanaku explained that the leaked memo was part of routine intelligence sharing between security agencies and the government aimed at identifying and preventing possible security breaches. The commissioner urged the public to remain calm but vigilant and to promptly report any suspicious activities to the nearest security post. In the same vein, security agencies in Ondo State have assured residents of the safety following the circulation of an intelligence alert from the Department of State Services (DSS) about potential terrorist attacks by suspected Islamic State of West Africa Province (ISWAP) members. The agencies pledge continuous collaborative efforts to protect every corner of the state from any terrorist threats. The alert, a classified memo dated October 2025, addressed to the brigade commander of a 32 Artillery Brigade in Akure, sparked public concern after it surfaced in the media. Omorela Ubenji has details.
Intelligence from the Department of State Services (DSS) disclosed plans by the Islamic State of West Africa Province (ISWAP) to execute coordinated attacks in parts of Ondo and Kogi states. The memo identifies Iriti Akoko, Onye Akoko in Akoko Northwest local government area, along with Owo Town in our local government area of Ondo State as targeted locations. The terrorist group has reportedly begun surveillance of likely vulnerable targets, prompting a call for heightened security measures to prevent any attacks. Following public alarm, the State Commissioner of Police, Abayomi Lawal, reassured residents of intensified security operations, noting that tactical teams including the anti-terror squad, mobile police units, and intelligence officers have been strategically deployed across the state to bolster safety. The police commissioner urged residents to stay calm and comply with the law, reassuring that police presence is widespread and dedicated to ensuring their safety.
I want to assure the group of Ondo State that there's nothing to panic about, nothing to fear about. Once they allay their fear, that we're on top of it. Even before now, we're doing our responsibility operation activities that have been going on. We know the importance of Ondo North, especially the geographical and environmental factor, which of course could demand more of operation activities, and we have always been there. Proud to know, even last month we have been back on patrol, intensive and aggressive patrol on that area. So when we got this permission, we cannot just treat with levity. Yesterday I was at Okoko again, besides that with KBC Eriti and Onyakoko. We were there. We engaged in a fruitful discussion with stakeholders, non-state actors. The Nigerian Forest Gas were there. The DSS was there. community leaders, religious leaders, representatives of the Fulanis and the Hausas, they're all there, and other stakeholders. And we told them whatever they have information for us, they should share with us.
Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC in Ondo State, Daniel Aidamembo, announced that the Corps has activated its intelligence and surveillance network to support ongoing security operations in the state.
If the DSS has observed or they have an intelligence report, it is normal for every security agencies to be briefed, about security issues, and so it is not an unusual occurrence. But be that as it may, like I said, it's a normal thing. So the people of Ondo State should just be rest assured that security agencies, we are on top of this matter. And as I speak with you now, there are meetings going on. There are a lot of protocol that has been activated, to ensure that that the content of that memo does not come to pass. So the people should just be rest assured. They should keep going about their normal business. What we just want to admonish them is that they should be vigilant. We need them to give us optionable information so that we can act.
Security authorities are calling on citizens to stay calm, remain alert, and report any suspicious activities while confidently carry on with their daily routines throughout the state. Omoriola Mbiji, Osrc News.
Away from security, British investors have been urged to tap into the rich natural and economic assets of Ondo State to drive growth and prosperity for both the state and its people. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, affirming his administration's commitment to strengthening ties with the United Kingdom, described Ondo a land filled with extensive opportunities. Hosting British Deputy High Commissioner Johnny Baxter and his delegation in Akure, the governor highlighted Ondo State's leading role as Nigeria's top cocoa producer, accounting for about 40% of the nation's total output. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole completes the story.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa received in audience the British Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria, Johnny Baxter, along with his team and several members of the State Executive Council in Akure. The visit aimed to strengthen ties between the UK government and Ondo State, with focus on investment and collaborative opportunities. Mr. Baxter expressed enthusiasm about the development potential of the state and noted that the UK's engagement with Nigeria has evolved from donor aid to direct investment partnerships.
There is a British institution called the British International Investment Organisation, and they have recently invested over $40 million in joint ventures who are operating here in Ondo State, and what they're wanting to do is rehabilitate a cocoa plantation here. And those sorts of investments are the kind of things that the UK wants to do much more of. We're no longer a donor, but we are an investor and a partner. But we're a partner who wants to grow Nigerian, and in this case Ondo, institutions that can further the benefit, further the interests of the Nigerian state.
Governor Aiyedatiwa described Ondo State as a land rich with opportunities, highlighting its status as Nigeria's top cocoa producer and blessed with abundant natural resources, including bitumen, coal, gold, gas, and vast agricultural land.
For us as government, we have been trying so hard to provide an enabling environment for every one of them, so that we work so hard to ensure that there's peace in the state, providing enabling environment for them. Because we know if they thrive in their businesses, employ more hands to work with them, we also can generate revenue from that through IGR, taxes or pay. Then for new businesses, we try to encourage them to coming in newly. Palm produce is another major agricultural produce that is here in Ondo State. Our land is good for that.
Aiyedatiwa stressed Ondo State's key advantage of having Nigeria's longest coastline, which plays a crucial role as a gateway for international trade. He highlighted ongoing initiatives such as a modular refinery and a forthcoming chemical plant, both supported by investors collaborating with the Ondo State Development and Investment Promotion Agency, ONDIPA.
All of these are happening in Ondo State because the government, under my leadership, our disposition, our posture is that it's friendly, wanting people to come and do business here. Not just by mouth, they can also do their findings in terms of, because security is very, very important for any investor that is coming to Africa, Nigeria, and any of the subnationals. The first thing they want to look at, what is the security like in that place? And for these ones coming to our area, to our state, they have done their preliminary study. They found out that this state is peaceful and it's safe for the business. And that's why you're able to come in here also, feel safe and secure. We have the cleanest beach in Nigeria. That is an opportunity, an area where I'm looking for a vessel to build with salt. So I'm looking at the first person that will build a beach house in that place. It's there waiting to be exploited.
Governor Aiyedatiwa revealed that final preparations are underway to build a deep sea port aimed at boosting exports and harnessing Ondo State's blue economic potential. He also lauded President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, acknowledging that although the policy initially brought challenges, they have started to stabilize the economy, allowing states like Ondo to improve their financial performance. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Coming up after the break, Nigeria Senate plans electoral reforms for greater transparency. Stay with us.
When it's bright and early, get your breakfast right. Then you need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Then stay in power, you find it all in peak. Then every move you make, Peak's got you all the way. And the peak goes on.
Power on every morning with our Peak breakfast to make the most of every day. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Hi, baby girl. Hello. I know. I've missed you.
Why text when you can talk? With Glow Talk Master 646, you get all the time you need to catch up with friends and loved ones. Free with Glow Talk Master. Talk for 6 minutes and get 6 minutes free. Plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606#. New Glow subscribers also enjoy an extra 2,000 Naira data and airtime welcome bonus. That's right. Every time you make up to 6 minutes of calls in a day, you get 6 free minutes plus 50 MB data. Simply dial *606# now to enjoy Glow Talk Master. That's right, 50 MB free data to connect and share as you please.
Thank you for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Now to the rest of the news. The Senate has initiated moves to amend the nation's electoral law by shifting the burden of proof in election petitions from candidates to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), a reform aimed at enhancing the credibility and accountability of Nigeria's electoral process. This followed deliberations at the plenary during considerations of a bill for an act to repeal the Electoral Act number 13, 2022 and enact the Electoral Bill 2025 to regulate the conduct of federal, state and area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory and for related matters. A major highlight of the proposed law is the compulsory deployment of technology in all stages of the electoral process, including the electronic transmission of results from the polling units and collation centers. This provision aims to enhance transparency, accuracy, and public confidence in the election outcomes. The bill also proposes stronger legal backing for the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, ensuring its effective use in accreditation and result management. Other key reforms include reforming INEC structure and appointments to guarantee institutional independence and professionalism, introducing diaspora voting to allow Nigerians abroad to participate in future elections, and establishing an Electoral Offences Commission to investigate and prosecute electoral crimes, thereby curbing impunity. Now, cocoa farmers in Ondo State are facing difficulties complying with the European Union's deforestation regulation, which prohibits products linked to deforestation from entering the EU market. This regulation aims to encourage sustainable farming practices and curb environmental damage caused by global commodity production. Osrc's Adewumi Taiwo reports that to assist the farmers in meeting these requirements, the Ondo State government has held discussions with them. The report.
Farmers, traditional rulers, delegates, and stakeholders from all 18 local government areas of Ondo State gathered in Akure to develop a sustainable strategy for cocoa production that meets international environmental standards. Ondo, Nigeria's largest cocoa producing state, accounts for nearly 40% of the country's output, and the EU's deforestation regulation poses both a challenge and an opportunity for the state. To maintain cocoa exports to Europe, farmers, whether large-scale or smallholders, must adopt deforestation-free methods and secure certification that complies with EU rules. An agroforestry consultant to the Ondo State government, Oluwafemi Ajayi, stated that the sensitization efforts aim to educate farmers rather than assign blame. He stressed the importance of completing data capture and registration before the December 30, 2025 deadline to ensure farmers remain eligible for participation in the international cocoa market.
gbé kíní ẹ̀ papọ̀ ìjọba ní pé òkè o iye owó tó yẹ kí wọ́n san tẹ́lẹ̀ ìjọba wa gbé ìdá kan ẹ̀ pé kí àwọn náà kan fara mọ́ ìdá kan but àwọn yẹn wá ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé owó yẹn kí ìjọba bá wọn wò ó pé wọn ò ní lè san ní ẹ̀kan náà ìjọba dẹ̀ sọ pé òkè wọ́n gbà pé bóyá nínú out of the 250 pé kán san 200,000 tó bá dẹ̀ dákòókò tán bá gba ìwé that is permit tí wọ́n á mọ̀ fi láti jẹ́ pé ìwé ìdánimọ̀ nínú gbó ọba pé sọ pé wọ́n á san balance tó kù.
Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Leye Akinola, announced the formation of the Ondo State Strategic Committee for EU Deforestation-Free Regulation Compliance. The committee will oversee efforts to fully align with EU standards, warning that non-compliance could endanger cocoa exports and the livelihoods of thousands of farmers.
We map each farmer, we know the size of the farm, then they also want to know the identity of the farmer that is farming in a particular area. So the mapping will take the coordinates of each farm, and it will also going to be uploaded into the internet. So a code will be given to each farmer. The data of the farmer will also be known. So we have to be conscious so that this farmer can maintain their livelihood after December 30th of this year. So that is the essence of gathering them.
Farmers are urging the government to offer support through subsidized inputs, technical assistance, and access to credit to help them transition to sustainable farming practices. As Ondo State works to meet global environmental standards, Farmers are encouraged to adopt responsible cultivation practices, maintain accurate farm records, and conduct regular risk assessments to remain competitive in the international market. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
We'll go on another commercial break. Please don't go away.
All bets on sports. One is fair. Huge winnings. One is fair. High odds. One is fair. Fast pay. One is fair. One is fair.
Bookmaker Company.
Uche, sir, come go collect the goods we pay for. No carry nonsense, come back here. Okay, my Oga. Uche, go buy me oil filter. Go buy for Pascal, no? Hey, he go cheat you. I don't hear, Oga, I don't hear. I go call you back. Hello, Johnny. Hey, I beg you, get radiator. Okay, my boy, they come your shop now, come collect them, eh? Uche! Oga, I know go Pascal again. I beg go to the shop now. Uche! Go to the shop, go bring a filter.
Free on Glow Talk Master. Talk for 6 minutes and get 6 minutes free. Plus 50 megabytes of data. Free. Dial star 606 hash. New customers also enjoy a welcome bonus.
This one when they flash me like before. If I say things don't change, oh. Now where I don't get Glow Talk Master, eh? I go dey call you go fear. I go call you tire. You go tire. Which way you dey now?
Sir, you register your Glow SIM, abi?
You're welcome back. The Management Board of Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, or SOPADEC, has reaffirmed its commitment to institutional reform and performance improvement. The chairman of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, Olabi Yukporoye, stated this while opening the 2025 SOPADEC Board's 2-day retreat in Akure. OSRC's Abidemi Akinrotoye reports.
In a bid to strengthen its institutional framework and enhance service delivery, the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, or SOPADEC, has organized a 2-day retreat in Akure, bringing together board members, management staff, and development experts. The retreat, themed Charting a New Vision for a Greater OSOPADEC, is focused on institutional reform and performance improvement, a deliberate effort to reposition the Commission for greater efficiency and impact in the mandate areas. Participants engaged in extensive deliberations, expert presentations, and brainstorming sessions designed to redefine operational processes and strengthen accountability mechanisms. Retreat consultant Professor Tomola Obamuyi emphasized that effective reform begins with a clear understanding of the Commission's mandate and responsibilities, calling on board members to align their goals with OSOPADEC's developmental objectives.
The message is that after the retreat, they should go through the documents, the material to be presented, and get themselves familiarized with the job ahead of them.
Director of Administration and Supply, Mr. Shola Orishabonlua, and the Commission Secretary, Princess Abike Olawale, described the retreat as a timely initiative that would shape OSOPADEC's long-term direction.
To have new S-men coming on board, it's necessary to do a kind of orientation retreat that will be in sync with the practice of that establishment, alongside the management staff, so that we can have a kind of seamless synergy between these two bodies.
So my colleague, we need to be more proactive in our team players. To the public, they should give us an happy environment. We are good to go.
Commissioner Olajuda highlighted progress made by the new board, especially in responding to environmental challenges such as the sea incursion in Ayetoro, noting that reforms are already yielding visible results.
We've moved ahead to make sure that all the abandoned contracts are being completed. We are working to make sure we revamp the economy.
Chairman Olabiyi Poroye outlined his vision to strengthen internal structures, enhance accountability, and ensure that development projects directly impact the lives of people in Ilaje and Eseldo local government areas.
Practically, you agree with me that the mandate of Ondo State is facing a lot of challenges, from the seesaw to erosion problem, devaluation of the land, and how do we solve this? Our first focus is to ensure that the road gets to Aito. When the road gets to Aito, to take those materials needed to handle the challenges of the sea will be easier.
With a shared vision and renewed sense of purpose, the Osopadek board appears set to unlock new opportunities and chart a more productive future for Ondo State's oil-producing communities. Abidemi Akirotoye, Osrc News.
Moving on to the foreign scene, Peru's President Jose Jerry has declared a 30-day state of emergency in the capital Lima, aimed at curbing rising crime. He made the announcement in a televised address following last week's protests that left one person dead and more than 100 injured. A wave of demonstrations against corruption and crime led to the ousting of Jerry's predecessor, Dina Boluarte, earlier this month.
Compatriotas. Fellow citizens, crime has grown excessively in recent years, causing enormous pain to thousands of families and also harming the country's progress. But this is over. Today we begin to change history in the fight against insecurity in Peru.
To round off the news, here again are the major highlights. We told you that Ondo State government security agencies have pledged continuous collaborative efforts to protect residents following the circulation of an intelligence alert from the Department of State Services about potential terrorist attacks by suspected Islamic State of West Africa province members. Ondo State government has urged British investors to tap into the rich natural and economic assets of Ondo State in order to drive growth and prosperity for the state and its people. We also told you that the Senate has proposed a law to amend the National Electoral Law by shifting the burden of proof in election petitions from the candidates to the Independent National Electoral Commission, a reform aimed at enhancing transparency and public confidence in electoral outcomes. And we also told you that the President of Peru has declared a 30 days state of emergency in Lima due to a protest that left one person dead and more than 100 injured. That's the news tonight. Very many thanks for being a part of it. Good evening.